Hello Pisces, and welcome to your May reading. Really great to see you guys. I hope that this month is getting off to a good start, and I'm sure you're excited that retrograde is about to be wrapped up. As we talked about last month, though, there's a lot of hidden blessings that come with retrograde, so continue to embrace those. You can listen to last month's reading if you want to hear a little bit about my thoughts on retrograde. But let's focus now on May and see what's coming through for you. The first thing I want to look at is the channeled information, and your channeled information this month is to really try to display or embrace fortitude. And fortitude is courage or pain when things get rough, when there's adversity in your life. So things that I would associate with this are courage, bravery, resilience, basically showing your strength when challenged. So that's not necessarily saying that things are going to be bad this month. It's saying that you want to show that strength because there may be other people in your life that need that strength. You might lead by example. Perhaps there's someone else going through a tough time, and you're going to kind of model that fortitude for them and show them how they can kind of push through this. So be strong this month more than anything. Strong in will, strong in mind, and the body follows suit, but it has to start with here and here first, okay? So let's now take a look at your forecast. Actually, we'll be looking first at your Celtic Cross, and then we'll expand it to look at the health, wealth, love, and destiny in your life. Definitely is some stressful situations towards the very first week of the month, and there may be a situation that you're trying to get out of, either a love relationship or some sort of a contract or work situation where you feel like you're still in it and needing to sort of pull out. But let me look at all the cards so that I can get a better understanding of how this relates to you. Okay, so let's pull our Catalyst card as well, and then I'll interpret what I'm seeing. Actually, this is volunteering. So we have Divine Order, which has come up a few times, and basically what that's telling me is through what's left of the retrograde cycle, there's a chance to let go of an unhealthy relationship, and that's part of the Divine Order. It says, do what you feel is right, an important lesson is unfolding. So when I'm looking at the Devil card here, which actually almost looks like a modified Lovers card, that is accurate though. If you ever put the Lovers and Devils cards side by side, particularly in the traditional Rider-Waite illustrations, they're almost identical. Minus, of course, the angel and the chains between the two lovers. But what I'm seeing here is something that started off good, something that started feeling right for you, but then ended up not at all what you expected. Probably a relationship, and there's probably something that is holding you there long after you wanted to be there. So remember, relationships can be love. It can also be like a boss relationship, a work relationship, or a friendship. Just to kind of look around this relationship. First of all, I've seen that you're in a place of recovery at the moment, like positive trajectory. Seven of Pentacles is basically showing me that you are building a better future for yourself. You're starting to understand financial issues that you might be needing to get past. So sometimes this comes up when you're paying down debt, or you're saving up money, or you're just starting to get more comfortable with what money means to you. But keep on that path. Don't let that be distracted. And don't give in to the sense of sort of like fear or anger because you are in the situation. I feel like you're in a much better place. And if you're doing successfully with your career and work, this is saying don't start to worry that it might end. You're in a good trajectory. The Nine of Swords comes through when you're afraid. Let go of the fear and replace it instead with knowledge and be strong. That's really why fortitude came through. So if things are challenging, just put on a strong face and find that energy and that strength within to weather the storm. When I look at deep past, I see that there's a lot of energy that's been required from your family perhaps, or your friends. There's people that take a lot, but you don't always get a chance to receive back from them. So one theme that's been very prevalent through the retrograde across all signs has been balance. So if there's an imbalance in the relationships, particularly a marital or familial relationship, this is the month in which you should find a way to balance it out, either through speaking your truth or moving on or whatever is appropriate for your situation. We see the Devil in reverse, and with the Devil in reverse, I'm really looking at is it worth the heartache? Is it worth the pain? Because these two lovers have a lot of scrapes on them from this rose. What looks good from the outside or at the beginning, as time goes, sometimes people show their true colors and it's time to move on. The other thing with this, since it's reversed, you have a lot of choice in the matter. You can choose to stay and change, and that's, I think, why this came through. If you're going to do that, you're going to need strength. Or you can decide, it's time now for me to take my energy and move on to people, situations, and opportunities that are going to return it, not just take. So much like the Seven of Pentacles in the middle, we have Seven of Cups, which is showing me that when it comes to your career opportunities, your freelance opportunities, your love opportunities, that there's a lot. This often is a card where the choices can be dizzying, but I love that this one shows like a butterfly, because take any one of those and your life could change. So you aren't as stuck as you think. That's my main message this month. And even if you're feeling like everything is fulfilled, I'm exactly where I want to be, this is reminding you that you can still reach higher. There might be something that you haven't thought of yet. So there's a lot of opportunities in front of you, and you need to size them up and see, you know, if you're happy where you're at or if you want to try something different. When we look at the middle of the month, I feel like it starts off in a place where there's some stress, you understand the situation, and then you actually, this is where you're going to be tested, is probably around the middle of the month. Also, it can be right in the middle of the first week where retrograde hasn't quite finished up yet. So with the Five of Cups, with the Five of Pentacles, this is a chance for you to take care of your health first and foremost. So Five of Pentacles has to do sometimes with extremities too when I read. So, you know, be careful when you're walking, try not to trip. Take care of circulation in your body, so make sure that you're exercising enough, you're not sitting too much in one position. And when it comes to money, it's about not losing this positive traction that you've made. So if you're starting to get a budget and save money, don't spend extravagantly, or don't feel bad or feel like you're going to go back down the same path. You have a choice with the five. You don't have to. When I'm looking at you and your soul and what's coming through to help you, as I said before, you're very strong. We have the Empress card here, and I feel like if you're willing to sort of take control and not let other people in your life feel like make you feel like you need their permission or you need their support, the sky's the limit for you. And that's really what this card is about, is stretching higher and further than you wanted to. So if you want to stay in a partnership, what you need to do is express that desire for freedom. If you want to continue to improve and your partner or your friend or your roommate isn't supporting that, then you have to speak your truth, because this is about ending feeling like other people can control you, and feeling like there's a reason to be like a martyr or anything. You are now ready for a shift. You don't have to play that role anymore. You might have to ask for help. It might be tougher than you think, but there's a chance for that. If everything's going well in your life, what this is really about is looking on the positive side of things. So this month there may be some challenges in the middle that test your mettle, M-E-T-T-L-E, test your strength. And so what you want to do when those come up is just think, I've got like a backbone of steel, I can handle anything. Or like that song, I'm titanium. You can take anything that someone throws at you and come out winning. When I'm looking at your environments and your situation around you, what's kind of affecting you, there could be a very strong, outspoken individual. This is coming through as Queen of Swords. So this is someone who is not afraid to say what they have on their mind. Sometimes it comes across in a pointed direction that hurts you a little bit. It's not always what they intend, but what you want to do is just be equally as strong with limits and with communication this month. And the other thing that I get with this is, for you, it's actually a good month for written and spoken communication. So particularly around weeks 3 and 4. So if you have an important thing to sort of debut or say or share with the world, later in the month could equal success. Your biggest challenge this month is to stay open-minded and to entertain other people's points of view. We have the Queen, I believe here. Princess of Wands in reverse, which is saying that it might be difficult to either express yourself non-verbally or to take in other people's feedback. So be true to yourself. Don't try to put on a facade. And when you're listening to other people, you don't have to immediately agree. You can just take the input and decide what to do with it later. The outcome this month is pretty good. We have 3 of Cups in reverse, still a positive card, showing that there may be some sort of a celebration towards the end of the month. Also showing that for those of you that are single, that are looking for new love, you have a chance of getting out of feeling like you're stagnant or an old love situation that doesn't suit you, perhaps finding something new. But this isn't about one person, it's about opening up your life and meeting new people. For those of you in an existing relationship, this is about perhaps reaching out to friends. Now, the reversal of this is a general note to avoid negative speech, particularly gossip, not listening to gossip and not participating in gossip. The other thing is there's a sense of wanting to kind of be a hermit, but there's potential situations out there that could help you if you participate. So try not to go too far into your shell. You know, you can pick and choose what you want to do, but there's a lot of people that are around you that want to help you and support you. So let's expand your forecast now and look at health, which includes mind, body, and spirit. This card basically flew right out. And it said what I saw earlier, which is writing is going to be very good for your mental health. And so journaling, dream journaling, doing a vision board, even though that's not writing, it is a form of expressing yourself. For those of you that are musically inclined and want to compose, great time to do compositions. But basically using your hands to create some sort of word or composition, even if it's just a journal, a poem, or an email to a friend that you haven't talked to in a while. There's powerful opportunities that are going to open up with you as you express yourself and open up with writing. Let's now take a look at wealth. For those of you in school, this is also applying to, this has to do with your school, and this can also have to do with career opportunities. So what we have this month is softly, softly, the tender touch. What this is saying is try not to be overpowering when it comes to getting your way in school, business, or finances. It's so much better to try to understand where the other person's coming from and then allow them to see your point of view gently. So instead of saying, I want this, can you help me? Sort of ease into it. Say, hey, I've been thinking about something and I know you have a lot of experience with this. Maybe we could talk about it. Maybe we could even work together on this. So it's sort of a soft sell. So your power in communication has to do with subtlety this month, and particularly when it comes to school, finances, and work. All right, let's now take a look at love, which I know is often everybody's favorite. So let's see what's coming through for love and relationships this month. Love who you are. It's a very powerful message. It says, you're a divine and wonderful person deserving of all the wonderful things that life has to offer. Without having that sense of self-love, really you're going to have a hard time pulling in people who appreciate and respect you rather. So look at yourself and think, I'm doing a good job. I'm getting to where I want. I might not be perfect, but I'm a work in progress. And I love who I am and who I'm becoming. I love myself. And then you can actually turn that mirror out, and then you can start to say that to other people. I love you. And as you start to express love for yourself and for those around you, when you pull in the partners that you're looking for, they're going to see you in a place of love. They're going to see that your heart is open, that you receive and that you give. That's the message for love. As we look at your trajectory, your destiny card, a general note on this one that it's a GPS. So if you like where you're headed, stay on course. If you don't, change and adjust. That's why we have the readings. So we have this beautiful card here, Rhiannon, which is kind of a card of magic and sorcery because she was a Welsh sorceress, I believe. But what's cool about this is it says trust yourself, self-trust. And also notice the horse, the power, the forward motion, just like we see in the Knight cards. So I want you to feel like you have the power to make the changes that you need to make. And this has been a consistent message this month for everybody. You don't need the help of others. You already have the magic within. For you, though, there might be subtle ability, just like this horse. You can coax another person to help you go further than you could alone. So although you have all the skills and all the power, teamwork this month could take you even further than you ever imagined. So let's now combine all the messages and summarize what's coming through. Your channeled message this month was to remain strong, fortitude. Even when things are tough, you're going to be tougher. And as we looked at your catalyst card, it was trusting that this is happening in the divine order, doing what you feel is right and believing in the light, trying not to go to the darker side of things. And as we look at the cards themselves, the beginning of the month is challenging. You've made really good progress, but stress may bring you out of that progress. I want you to try not to feel like you're a victim anymore, or that you're subject to this cycle that you're in. There's an opportunity to step away from a situation or a person that may not have your best interest at heart. And there's also a chance to put limits with friends, family, and loved ones that might be taking too much. The sky's the limit once you separate yourself from these situations. Be strong. This is the fortitude that's coming through. Be direct, and don't be intimidated by other people's directness. Know that the most important thing this month is also to stay open to other points of view and to try to express yourself in a subtle way, as we talked about later here, and we'll go through that again. Try not to engage in any sort of gossip or go to too many extremes. Also try to avoid becoming too much of a hermit, because you may find an ally in one of these sort of like parties or social gatherings. The power of the written word is very important when it comes to your health. So write in a journal, express yourself, get it out on paper. With wealth, easy does it. Working your way slowly into a question, into a contract is going to go much further than being too direct. I do want you to be direct, but in business and in school, it's important for you to sort of soft sell. In relationships, I think you can be much more direct. Love begins with you. You need to really feel that you are worthy of love. This will help you get out of the situation that no longer suits you, perhaps. And ultimately realizing that you're powerful enough to do it alone, but you may benefit from the help and assistance of a colleague or a loved one. Okay, so with that being said, I think you have a great month ahead of you. Once you work through the beginning challenge that I saw, it doesn't surprise me, since we're in retrograde. Your challenge has to do with breaking a cycle of feeling trapped. So either you've given power to someone else, or you're in a relationship or a situation that you know you need to get out of and you're just waiting for the right time. And this says divine order, so trust yourself. You'll know when the time is right, and don't be afraid to ask for help. Okay? So with that being said, if you ever need more guidance, feel free to reach out. I'll put a link at the end of this video, and you can check rates and availability. If you'd like to donate as well, you can do that, but that's optional. To stay in touch, the easiest way to do that is to subscribe to this video, this channel, or my newsletter. And you can look in the description below, and you'll also find in that description links to my social media, so you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. The most important thing that I like to do at the end is just to say thank you. I really appreciate all the likes, all the subscribes, and the support for the past 2 or 3 years. You guys are what makes this possible, and you're also why I come back every month. So a lot of love I'm sending out to you. I hope that you achieve what you want to, and I hope these blocks from the beginning of the month are gone, so at the end you have this choice and opportunity to be self-realized, to have that self-trust. So take care of yourselves. Much love and light. Bye-bye.